And welcome back. Today we're going to be flying out the F-2 Sabre. We're going to be winning this game somehow 1v4 versus Supersonics. We're going to be reversing this MiG-15 and I'm going to be showing you a 9-kill game. But starting off, the F-2 Sabre has been power crept quite a bit. Luckily, you're still very snappy, you're still pretty damn maneuverable and an absolute pain in the ass to hit. You have some pretty damn good guns on top of it. But keep in mind, at the end of the day, this plane comes down to you playing your cards right, and you really have to play some mind games, you really have to bait people into certain fights, because you don't really have much wiggle room for mistakes, other than simply defensive flying. I'm still working on the defensive flying video, kinda lost motivation, so I'm putting it on hold for just now. But this here is the game that you saw at the start of the video. But the video that I'm showing you right here is a good substitute or good addition to the video that I'm doing, because I'm gonna be using some footage from this video as well, and I'm gonna be commentating them both in different ways. Right now I'm gonna be looking at defensive flying in the gameplay wise, as in the entire match, and things on why I'm positioning myself a certain way, and I will probably reference this video in that one as well if you have missed this one. If you're here from the future, then hello. But there's a lot more to defensive flying than simply getting flashy reversals. And the J35 here is gonna show you just that. Because there is no way in hell that I really do anything versus the J35A. He outturns me, he outruns me, and he out accelerates me. He also bleeds more speed than me, and the second I try to get him in front of me, what ends up happening is he bleeds more speed than me, making it so he stays behind me. And then he also outturns me. Now I'm much faster than him and I simply run away. Running away from people is also defensive flying. Defensive flying is about staying alive, staying out of people's guns and making sure that you stay alive as long as humanly possible. Sometimes you'll get matchups that are simply unwinnable, and sometimes you'll get mistakes and stuff like that, but that's completely fine. We all make those here and there. And we are back to square one. The J35 is kind of yo-yoing behind me. He bleeds more speed and then he catches me again. This makes this extremely annoying, and I want to switch up what I'm doing every time he gets on me. One time I want to lose a little bit more speed, go a little bit more vertical. I don't want to become predictable. But you can tell right here, with a J35 it simply does not matter. He will be slower than me every time and he will outturn me every time. He also has that power generation with an afterburning engine that is pretty damn strong, but I'm trying to get this guy slow so that my team can come in and maybe shoot him down. He is now occupied for a little bit with the F11, and in the hope that he stays this slow and in the hope that the F11 tries to turn in and maybe get this J35 slow, I might be able to pick him off and kill him, get him out of the match. No such luck. And he flies away from us, he gets his speed back up, and he is gonna be absolutely gone. Now we have this MiG-19 in front of us, as well as a whole lot of shit in front of us actually. Try to get a very long shot in, underlead completely. I say that like it's an easy shot. I probably wouldn't have hit that if I tried it 50 times. But in this kind of matchup, I'm kind of forced to try things. And this is the first time I flew the F2 again after almost 2 years, so my aim here is going to be absolutely abysmal. The game after this, as well as after I take back off again, it's gonna be a lot better. I just need to get the hang of things again. So I have these two guys on my 6 now, and there's a J35 in front of me as well as the MiG-19, and these two guys are in the squad as well as the Yak-38 that I killed at the start. Again, pretty long shot, a little bit closer that time, but still a hard shot. Don't manage to lead enough, and we managed to just shoot under his plane. MiG-19 is now kind of busy with the F11, and I'm just hoping that these guys start going into a dogfight. And if you are fighting Supersonics, there is no real way to kill these guys other than baiting them, third partying them, or them just absolutely binning the fight, which is what they are going to be ending up doing. And a little thing on target prioritization. We got 4 planes that are all pretty damn annoying in their own right. The G91 is impossible to get off, the MiG-15 will slam me in a dogfight, the J35 will slam me in a dogfight and also outrun and out accelerate me, and the MiG-19 will absolutely energy trap me by flying straight and possibly even with his air brake out. So I don't really know who to kill here, so I just go for the closest target in front of me. I absolutely bin my shots He then goes in front of me, he rolls out of the way perfectly. I'm just gonna ignore him there, because I have to. I miss, I crit, I miss some more, I miss some more. My teammate dies, and now we are in a little bit of a pickle. And you really just have no idea how much I hate uploading that kind of stuff. Probably one of the biggest whiffs of the last few months. And I was genuinely considering cutting it out and starting the video at what I showed you at the start, where I have the 4 people on my 6, and I'm telling you I'm going to win this. Keep in mind this is YouTube and we try to show you the highlights, but I also do think it's very important that we show you when it goes wrong to a certain degree. If it's not interesting, I'm not going to show you, but I've gotten past it. I really have. I used to be very, well I still kind of am. I have a very low self-image and I felt like I had to prove myself every second of the day. And we finally reached the point where that's not really an issue anymore. I still feel pretty triggered when I mess something up. And I still try to do the best I can do. And it's mostly thanks to you guys, so I really mean this. Thank you a lot. I finally reached a place in my life, and not just in War Thunder, where I don't think I am doing something wrong every second of the day. And it really helps. Trolls, bad advice and all that stuff, just bad comments in general, really used to get to me. Nowadays I find them pretty funny, and I will try and point and laugh at them as much as I can, and it feels great. Not taking everything personal anymore. And I know most of you guys don't really care about this kind of thing, and you rather just watch me shoot some SU7s down. Not yet, unfortunately. But I really need to get this off my chest. It has been about 350 videos, and a lot of you guys, well not a lot, a fair few of you guys have been with me for a very long time. So I decided why not sprinkle a little bit of emotion in there now and then, because right now it's basically dead gameplay anyway, because I'm trying to get this SU7 and dogfight me. He doesn't try to, he's a supersonic, he's much faster than me, and now I just need to RTB. I don't really have much of a choice. I'm gonna try to glide back. I'm soon to be completely out, and we're gonna see if we can make it. I can make the base. The problem is if I land right now, he's gonna be directly on my 6th. So what I'm gonna try to do is, I'm gonna fly over the runway, turn around when we are behind it, and then this way we can try to head on the SU7, because he is very likely to come in for a strafe once I start touching down. So I'm gonna start going low right now. We do a loop around, and then we can try to head on the SU7, pop a little bit of a blind hunt thingy, or counter to the blind hunt, because if you pop one of the other orders, the non-blind hunt or the non-avenger, then they can pop that one, and since I'm the only one on the team, that will 100% go on me, and I do not want that. Right now he might think that I'm landing, he might think that I'm rolling, so he's probably gonna try to come in for a strafe, but he is gonna run into my guns in the head-on. I'm gonna try to land here. I didn't think at this point in time that he was actually gonna come in. I completely lost him, so I thought I'm just gonna land. So we dropped the flaps, and you'll see that prompt on the bottom for a second. Combat, we instantly raise him again because the SU7 pops up from the clouds. We only go 300 kilometers an hour. We have 32 rounds, and we managed to get pretty lucky there. If he had broken off from that head-on at all, well, I would have died right there, because he could have just looped over and killed us. So right now we landed, we rearmed, we refueled, and we are still on min fuel, and I'm gonna try to kill this J-35 as quickly as I can. I was taking off, he was ground pounding, so in the hope that he's doing one more pass, if he hadn't seen me right here, and he was actually gonna complete that turn he was doing, he would have been pretty slow in front of us, which would have mean that, well, I can easily take him down. The J-35 is that plane in this matchup right now, because we got a MiG-15 BIS, a G91R4, the MiG-19 as well as a J-35A, and the J-35A just is that counter here, and it's not so much that the J-35A is the main problem. In this matchup it is. The MiG-15 I can outrun, the G91 I can out energy retention, the MiG-19 I can somewhat dogfight, but the J-35 will just always sit on my 6. They all are pretty annoying in their own right. 4 of them together is basically a death sentence. And right now I basically got no other choice than run away from their airfield, because that G91 is gonna come from that direction as well. In the hope that he might go for ground units. Break off, think, oh, he already has 4 or 3 of them on him, he's probably gonna do something else. And the J-35 shoots his first missile. MiG-19 is coming in very rapidly because he's going much faster, and the MiG-19S in particular is just an absolute nightmare to face in this plane, and you will face it very often. One-on-one, doable. He still needs to mess up, but it's doable. And the MiG-15 right now, I'm just trying to stay above 850, 800 as long as I can. So I can at least try to outrun this guy and try to hurt him as closely together as possible. G91 pops up, he actually goes for me, which is a big problem. J35 about 15 seconds ago already, too much is happening at the same time. Flew in front of us, tried to get the shot in, but he dodged it. And right now we reach this stage of the game. We get a MiG-19, which is already painful enough, with more planes that are also pretty painful. What is my advantage here? Basically nothing other than energy retention and roll rate at high speed. I'm gonna try to use that as much as I can by hurting these guys as closely together as possible. I do not want to start a dogfight with the MiG-19 or the MiG-15 when the teammate and especially squad mates are pretty close to them, because it's just gonna end up with me getting picked off. MiG-19, I'm gonna try to roll around him as much as I can, try to get his fast reversal in, trying to stay on his wingtip, trying to stay below his nose, and he's getting very close very quickly, and he's gonna almost overshoot, and he just goes up and he energy traps me basically instantly. J35 is still on my 6 and he's not really gunning it right for me, he's just covering his MiG-19, and the G91 shoots a missile from the second row, and you can see I'm trying to guide it in a little bit. It works perfectly. MiG-15 down. And now it's a 3v1, still not very ideal, but the MiG-15 was that plane that made the other options that I had basically impossible, because he was very close in terms of energy retention. Right now I know there's a very weak link and someone I want to take down, the G91. Premium player, stupid enough to shoot missiles from the second row, and probably doesn't know that you can uninstall the boosters. And on top of that, most of these players that fly like this probably fly with their mouse, which makes it so that he's pretty prone to ripping. Recipe for disaster. On top of that, he still has 3 missiles on, increasing the wing stress a ton as well. So we're gonna try to get a little bit more speed after doing the same thing to the MiG-19 again. J35 is still just trying to cover him, and we are gonna try to get this MiG or this G91 to blow his wings off. It's a little bit of an all-in, because if I mess this up right here, I mean, I don't really have many options. I'm just betting on the one thing that I can think about. Can we do it? Thank fuck we do. G91 down. J35 has some pretty massive distance between us because he tried to keep his energy, and he goes head on. We shoot a few rounds because we have all the ammo in the world. We break off in time, and we try to make sure that we don't die to the guy that's on fire, because he's still very much controllable. And he misses his pass. He's doing a turn now. He is not going to be making the turn, and he is not going to get anywhere near us, even if he put the fire out, because of the energy retention. Try to dive underneath the MiG-19, and for now I'm not going to chase the MiG-19. He's too fast, he has too much energy, he has more fuel than me most likely, so I'm going to be wasting my time if I try to chase him. So I'm just going to let him dictate the fight, let him come to me, and hope I have ample speed to actually deal with him. I'm going to do the same thing right here. We go low, make him lead his turn as much as we can, and then we try to pull up and over and cut inside of his loop. We are a lot slower than him, but we made him turn into us. He's doing another turn right here, and he wasn't going max speed to begin with. And because of all of that on top of each other, we managed to get just in range to crit his wingtip. And now he's going to fly away for a little bit, and I'm going to taunt him chat until he starts engaging me. But the thing is, with a MiG-19, especially in this plane, the longer you wait, the bigger his advantage becomes. Sounds a bit counterintuitive, but in terms of letting him accelerate for 10 seconds, he's going to have a lot more energy than if I accelerate for 10 seconds. Of course, if we're only going 500 to 600, you need ample speed to actually dodge him. But if you're both going 700, try to turn away from him, try to let him fight you as quickly as you can. Of course, it depends on the situation, and right now I'm trying to make a pancake and trying to stay below him just like we were. And because of the wingtip damage and the supersonic, he is losing quite a bit of speed, and now he tries to run away. I'm only going 700, but he lost so much speed in these maneuvers that he ends up going very slow right in front of us. We managed to hit him, we set him on fire, we hit him again, and then we finally take his pilot down. That was freak match number 1. Let's go into freak match number 2. I see the G91 without a wingtip, so we quickly check the battle log, knowing that he just ripped his wing off, just like the previous guy. So I'm free to kill him, because he hasn't been crit. Go head on with the G91, and then I'm probably going to switch up and over to the F-86F-2 or F-40, not sure which one it is at this point, because he is on the 6 of an F-84F. Absolutely horrendous plane, but I want to try and keep him alive. Anyway, our team is looking pretty good at the moment, so I think, well, I'm just going to try to save this guy. Not too worried about ammo, I'm not going to be spraying at an impossible shot, wait for him to make a predictable turn. He does. We shoot, we crit and we hit. And down he goes. I'm going to be flying in a straight direction, because the G91 that's now ripped his wing off is right ahead of us. I'm going to try to make him flat spin or crash, or just get him out of the match, because he can very easily land that. And I can also very easily kill him like this. because he is very clearly not doing very well. We set him on fire and we're gonna let him burn up. Even if he makes the base, he should be out of the match for quite a long while. J29 is in a dogfight with the F-86F. Sadly, he manages to take him down. We go head on with him, just like you do in this plane. We preemptively shoot just a little bit outside of the turn. He turns right into it and down he goes. And this is the game after the one you just saw, and my aim has been coming back very slowly. After all, I got 3000 kills with this damn thing. Right now we're just flying straight, we're just trying to meet the enemy in the middle here. And I'm just trying to get some kill in, because at this point the game has been almost won. Our team is looking pretty good. We have almost everyone alive still. I got 4 kills, I still have ammo for at least 4 more. If my aim wants to work out with me. So we go head on with another J29. He also wants to take the head on, and he also manages to catch these rounds. A5 Sabre is going to be sitting on a 6. I'm just going to let him finish that one off, and in the meantime I'm going to go for the MiG-15 here. He's vertical, he's going pretty slow. I'm pitching into him pretty quickly, and he has no clue where he's going. Probably underestimated my speed, so I just pull inside of him. We set him on fire and he instantly burns up. Always love to see it. And the F-86 is still trying to kill the guy that I blew the tail apart of. And I'm just gonna be securing the kill. I'm getting kinda hungry. I can feel that I'm about to get a very high kill match. And well, I already crit him. I already basically killed him for him. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to get the kill. Maybe a bit of a dick move since I already have 6. Or after this. But I should have gotten that in the head on, where I absolutely blew him apart to begin with. 6 kills down. And on to the next guys we go. And for now there's 2 Su-7s as well as the G91 that I expect to have landed, since he's still not in the parachute on the scoreboard. And there is one guy that has been unspotted, and at this point I'm kind of wondering what it might be, and I really don't want to get caught off guard by him. Because he's also flying with someone else, I believe. It's been a while. And there I see him. Yeah, I was really quaking in my boots there for a Yak 1. Not sure why you try to bring this plane in here. I don't really get the fun of it. But thanks a lot, because you're gonna give me a free kill. I see the Su-7, hoping that he's gonna try to turn in just a little bit. Unfortunately, he's already aimed directly at the base he wants to go to. And I'm not gonna be cutting him off. I'm not gonna be outrunning him. So I'm just gonna turn around and try to get at least 7 kills. Because that's the number I screenshot. Ideally, I'll try to get more than 7 in this plane. Since even though I have 3000 kills in the damn thing, I've always been stuck on 7 kills in the end. And still not a bad track record at all. But it's my most flown plane. I've gotten 10 before, so I would like at least more than 7 in this thing as well. And of course, it's more of a personal thing, because at the end, the number of kills does not indicate how great a game was. The previous game, where I got less than half the kills as in this one, felt much more memorable, much more fun and much more rewarding. But again, I would like to have a record here and there regardless. Su-7 here still going pretty fast, just like the other one, and they accelerate so damn quickly, and if they notice you, they really just outrun you without much issues. Luckily for us, he saw us a bit too late. The thing is, I don't have too much ammo, and he still has a decent amount of distance, and he is gonna outrun us eventually regardless. And I can't really spray here because I want to make sure that I can kill as many people as I can, but I'm gonna start shooting one set of guns at a time. Every time he turns, he's gonna start getting closer, bleed more speed. I'm gonna cut him off and I'm gonna close the gap. He's flying straight for a little bit, we tap fire him, and it only crits him. At least it will make it so that he bleeds a little bit more speed, accelerates a little bit worse. Shoot around, we managed to get some engine damage in, and I'm really not too sure what he's trying to do. At this point, you're better off trying to just drop your bombs, try and reverse me. If you just fly straight like this, you're going to die regardless. This guy really doesn't like dying. I have to tap fire him a little bit more, and I'm already looking behind me. Unfortunately, we have to glide all the way back to base. We do exactly that. The G91 actually manages to repair, and I'm gonna try to gun it for him. I mean, it's like 1v5 over there. That's not gonna happen, so I'm just gonna turn around after he dies, of course, because I'm gonna try at least. I'm getting pretty greedy here. I wanted that 10 kill, and I unfortunately have to settle for 9. And that sounds very much like I get them all the time, settling for 9. I don't. I've gone it like 6 times before, but in almost 18,000 matches. So it's not like I get them very often either. And if you're wondering about my name as well as the squadron, no, I didn't leave it. No, I didn't change it. I just like some peace and quiet now and then. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you all next week.